Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
Have you ever wondered what really controls your future? Your circumstances or your own voice inside your head? What if I told you that the conversations you hold with yourself every single day carry more weight than anything anyone else says to you? And what if, in just 21 days, you could reshape those inner conversations so deeply that your life a year from now might be unrecognizable? Most people don't pay much attention to their internal dialogue. They allow any thought, positive or negative, to take up residence in their mind, like landlords who never screen their tenants. Soon, troublemakers are living rent-free inside their head. But imagine this. If you deliberately choose how you talk to yourself for just 21 days, you could trigger changes so powerful they transform your future. Would that be worth your time? Think about it. Who do you spend the most time with? Your spouse, your children, your colleagues? No. The person you spend the most time with, the one who influences you the most, is yourself. You're with yourself every hour of every day, and those inner conversations either lift you higher or tear you down. Isn't it remarkable that the most influential voice in your life is your own? Yet most people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. I'm not good enough. I'll never figure this out. Why does this always happen to me? I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have the education. I don't have the connections. Then they wonder why life doesn't work out. If you spoke to your friends the way you often speak to yourself, you'd have no friends left. Here's the good news. Just as negative self-talk can drag you down, positive self-talk can lift you up. And you don't need years to see the results. In only 21 days of deliberate, empowering self-talk, you can create new pathways in your brain, form new habits in your life, and open the door to new outcomes in your world. Why 21 days? Research shows that's how long it takes to begin rewiring your mind. It takes about 21 days to form a new habit. Some habits may take longer, others less, but 21 days gives us a practical framework, long enough to see results, short enough not to feel overwhelming. So let's talk about how to shape your self-talk during these 21 days, beginning with the foundation, gratitude, and possibility. Each morning, let the first words out of your mouth be, I am grateful. Not I have to go to work, not I'm so tired, not another Monday, but simply, I am grateful. Gratitude is the antidote to fear, scarcity, and negativity. You cannot be grateful and fearful at the same time. You cannot be grateful and envious at the same time. You cannot be grateful and angry at the same time. So start your day declaring, I am grateful for this day. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for the opportunities before me. I am grateful for the challenges that will make me stronger. Then immediately follow with statements of possibility. Today, anything is possible. Today I can make progress toward my goals. Today I can be a little better than yesterday. Do you see what's happening here? You're setting the tone for the day and telling your subconscious mind what to focus on. And what you focus on expands. Next comes affirming your worth. This isn't about shallow self-esteem boosting. It's about acknowledging a deep truth. You have value simply because you exist. Tell yourself, I am worthy. I am enough. I don't need to prove my worth through achievements, possessions, or the approval of others. My worth is inherent. Too many people chase validation. They think, if I make enough money, if I land that promotion, if I lose the weight, if I get more likes online, then I'll be worthy. But that's backward. Achievements don't create your worth. Your worth enables your achievements. When you know, truly know, that you are worthy, you face challenges differently. Failure doesn't diminish you. Approval doesn't define you. When you stop depending on the opinions of others, you become free to take risks, to grow, and to step into everything you're capable of becoming. That's why the next step in how you talk to yourself, though not as warm or comforting, is equally important. For these 21 days, tell yourself, I am responsible. Not it's their fault. Not I'm a victim of circumstances. Not I can't because. But simply, I am responsible for my life and my choices. Responsibility is not about blame, it's about power. When you say I am responsible, you are declaring, I have the power to respond, to make choices, to create change. Many resist responsibility because they think it means everything bad in their lives is their fault. But that's not true. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you caused the pain. It means the healing, the growth, and the future are in your hands. So remind yourself daily, I am responsible for my attitude. I am responsible for my actions. I am responsible for my growth. I am responsible for my happiness. When you embrace responsibility, you embrace your power. And that's when real transformation begins. The next step is to challenge your limits. For 21 days, question the boundaries you've placed on yourself. We all have invisible lines we've drawn. I'm not a math person. I'm not creative. I can't speak in public. I'm too old to start something new. I'll never earn more than this amount. But these aren't facts, they're stories. Stories repeated so often that they start to feel like truth. So for the next 21 days, when you catch yourself saying I can't, stop and ask, why not? Who says? Is that really true? Or just a story I've been telling myself? Then replace those limits with expansive statements. I can learn. I can grow. I can try. I can improve. I am more capable than I've given myself credit for. One of the most damaging phrases in the English language begins with I am, because whatever follows tends to shape your reality. I am bad at math. I am shy. I am unlucky. And over time, those words become the walls you live inside. Be very careful what you place after I am. For these 21 days, make sure that whatever follows empowers you rather than limits you. Set clear intentions each day, not vague wishes, but specific, deliberate statements about who you want to be and what you want to accomplish. Say to yourself, today I will respond rather than react. Today I will take one step toward my goal of ____. Today I will look for opportunities instead of obstacles. Today I will speak with kindness and listen with attention. Clarity is power. When you're clear about what you want and who you want to become, your subconscious mind begins working to make it real. Think of your subconscious like a GPS. If you tell it, take me somewhere nice, it can't guide you. But if you give it a specific address, it can plot the course and take you there. For 21 days, give your inner GPS clear directions. Be specific with your intentions and watch as your life starts aligning with them. Now let's talk about discipline. For these 21 days, tell yourself, I choose discipline over regret. Most people shy away from discipline because it feels uncomfortable in the moment. They choose the ease of hitting the snooze button over the long-term reward of rising early to work on their goals. They choose the temporary thrill of spending instead of the lasting security of saving and investing. They choose the short-term relief of avoiding tough conversations over the deeper reward of honest relationships. But here's the truth. Discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. For 21 days, remind yourself that discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-love. Discipline is respect for yourself. It is choosing what you want most over what you want now. Say, I am disciplined. I do what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. I keep my promises to myself. I am creating a future I will be proud of. Finally, train yourself to focus on solutions, not problems. For these 21 days, when faced with a challenge, don't say, this is impossible. Instead, ask, what can I do? What is the next step? By shifting your focus, you shift your future. When setbacks come, don't declare disaster. Instead, ask, what's the opportunity here? What can I learn? How can I turn this around? The truth is, the quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of your problems. Successful people don't have fewer problems, they have better ones. And the way to attract better problems is to become a better problem solver. So talk to yourself like a problem solver. I am resourceful. I find a way. I don't complain about the wind. I adjust my sails. I don't wish it were easier. I make myself stronger. When you focus on solutions, you train your brain to see possibilities where others see only obstacles. And in a world full of complainers, problem solvers are priceless. Next, practice patience and persistence. For these 21 days, remind yourself daily of their power. Say, I am patient with the process. I persist through challenges. I understand that meaningful change takes time. We live in a culture of instant gratification, expecting results overnight. But real achievements, whether in health, business, art, or personal growth, always take time and consistent effort. You can't plant a seed today and harvest tomorrow. You can't go to the gym once and expect to be fit. You can't make a single sales call and build a business. Every great achievement has required patience and persistence. So for 21 days, remind yourself, I am building something that will last. I am willing to do today what others won't, so I can do tomorrow what others can't. I know that small, consistent actions compound over time. And finally, celebrate progress, not perfection. For these 21 days, shift how you talk to yourself about success and failure. Say, I celebrate my progress. I acknowledge my growth. I recognize how far I've come, not just how far I have to go. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you demand perfection from yourself, you'll always fall short. When you chase perfection, you'll always find something to criticize, and that constant criticism drains your energy and weakens your enthusiasm. But when you celebrate progress, you build momentum. You fuel your motivation and remind yourself that you're moving in the right direction, even if you haven't yet reached the final destination. For these 21 days, end each day by asking, what did I do well today? What progress did I make? What did I learn? Focus on those wins, no matter how small they may seem. And when mistakes happen, because they will, don't tear yourself down. Instead, say, I learned from this. I'll use failure as feedback, adjust my approach, and keep moving forward. Equally important is cultivating compassion for yourself and for others. During these 21 days, practice compassion in your self-talk. Say, I am compassionate with myself. I understand that I am human. I forgive my mistakes and learn from them. Too often, we are harsher with ourselves than with anyone else, holding impossible standards and attacking ourselves when we fall short. But that harsh voice doesn't inspire growth, it paralyzes. Shame never creates positive change. So speak to yourself the way you would to a good friend or a beloved child. When something goes wrong, don't say, I'm such an idiot. Say instead, that didn't work out as planned. What can I learn? How can I do better next time? And extend that compassion to others too. I am understanding of other struggles. I recognize everyone is fighting battles I may not see. I choose to assume positive intent. By cultivating compassion, you create a safe inner space where growth can thrive for yourself and those around you. Now, align your self-talk with your values. For 21 days, make sure the words you speak to yourself reflect what matters most. Say, I live according to my values. I make choices that honor what I believe. I am building a life of meaning and purpose. When your self-talk is aligned with your values, you experience integrity. And integrity is more than honesty. It's about wholeness. It's about being undivided, being the same person inside that you show to the world outside. Your values might be family, health, learning, creativity, service, excellence, or adventure. Whatever they are, make them explicit in your self-talk. If family is a core value, say, I prioritize my relationships. I am present with the people I love. I create memories that will last a lifetime. If health is a core value, say, I honor my body. I make choices that support my well-being. I invest in my long-term health. If learning is a value, say, I am curious. I seek out new ideas. I challenge my assumptions. I grow through continuous learning. When your self-talk aligns with your values, you experience less inner conflict and more fulfillment. Decisions become easier because you have clear criteria. Does this align with my values? Next, envision your future self. During these 21 days, spend time talking to yourself about the person you are becoming, not in vague wishes, but with specific, intentional language. Say, I am becoming the person I want to be. I am developing the habits, skills, and mindset that will create my desired future. Your future self is built by your present actions, and your present actions are shaped by your current thoughts. If you want a specific future, you must think specific thoughts now. So envision your future self in detail. How do they think? How do they speak? How do they carry themselves? What habits have they formed? What skills have they mastered? What have they accomplished? Then talk to yourself as though you are already becoming that person. I am developing financial intelligence. I am building meaningful relationships. I am contributing my talents to worthy causes. I am taking care of my health. I am pursuing mastery in my field. This isn't pretending or daydreaming. It's strategic self-talk that bridges the gap between who you are now and who you want to be. Finally, practice mindfulness in your self-talk. For 21 days, say, I am aware of my thoughts. I am conscious of my inner dialogue. I choose my thoughts deliberately instead of running on autopilot. The reality is, most people aren't even aware of their self-talk. Thoughts arise, and they automatically believe them without question. Most people simply react to their thoughts, letting them dictate emotions and actions. But during these 21 days, create a gap between the thought and your response. Notice your thoughts. Question them. Ask, is this thought helpful? Is it true? Does it serve my goals and values? If the answer is no, let it go and replace it with one that is helpful, true, and aligned with your values. This mindful approach to self-talk puts you in control of your mental environment. Instead of being at the mercy of random thoughts, you become the curator of your own mind. Throughout these 21 days, also express confidence in your abilities. Say, I am capable. I have strengths and talents. I can learn what I need to learn and do what I need to do. This isn't arrogance or overestimation. It's about recognizing your true capabilities. Most people underestimate themselves, focusing more on weaknesses than strengths. They remember failures more vividly than successes, and they magnify limitations while discounting abilities. For these 21 days, shift that focus. Remind yourself of past successes. Acknowledge your strengths. Recognize your potential for growth. Say, I have overcome challenges before, and I can do it again. I have both internal and external resources. I am more capable than I sometimes believe. This kind of self-talk isn't about inflating your ego. It's about creating an accurate view that balances strengths with areas for growth. Next, commit to continuous growth. Say, I am committed to lifelong learning. I seek opportunities to grow. I embrace challenges as chances to develop. The most successful people see themselves as works in progress. They don't believe they've arrived. They believe they are always arriving. They don't see themselves as finished products, but as evolving beings. So for these 21 days, talk to yourself like someone devoted to growth. I am curious about new ideas. I am open to feedback. I am willing to step outside my comfort zone. I am always looking for ways to improve. This kind of self-talk fosters a mindset that embraces change rather than resists it. And in a world that shifts faster than ever, that's a powerful advantage. Finally, live with intention and purpose. Fill your self-talk with meaning. Say, I live with purpose. My life has meaning. What I do matters. I make a difference. One of the deepest human needs is the need for meaning, to feel that our lives truly count for something. We all need to feel that we're contributing, that our presence in the world matters. When your self-talk is infused with purpose, you begin to approach each day differently. You no longer see your work as just a job, but as a contribution. You view your relationships not as simple connections, but as opportunities to love and serve. And you see challenges not as obstacles, but as chances to grow and become the person you're meant to be. For these 21 days, remind yourself of the bigger picture. I am here for a reason. My life has purpose. I have gifts to offer. I can make a positive difference. This kind of self-talk lifts you from mere existence to truly meaningful living. Next, transform your relationship with money. For these 21 days, change the way you talk to yourself about finances. Instead of saying, I can't afford it, say, how can I afford it? Instead of thinking, money is scarce, remind yourself, money is a tool that flows through my life. Your relationship with money is shaped largely by your thoughts and words. If your self-talk is filled with fear, scarcity, and limitation, your financial decisions will reflect that. You'll focus on protecting what you have rather than creating more. But when your dialogue is rooted in possibility, abundance, and intention, you approach money differently. You seek opportunities, take calculated risks, and invest in your future. So for 21 days, affirm, I am developing financial intelligence. I make thoughtful decisions about money. I create value that generates income. I manage my resources wisely. This kind of self-talk won't magically make you rich, but it places you in the mindset to make smarter financial choices and recognize opportunities you might otherwise overlook. Finally, nurture your physical health. During these 21 days, use your self-talk to strengthen your body as well as your mind. Say, I honor my body. I make choices that support my energy and vitality. I invest in my long-term health. It's easy to take your health for granted until it's gone. Yet your physical well-being is the very foundation on which everything else in your life is built. Your career, your relationships, and your ability to contribute all depend on your health. So for 21 days, talk to yourself like someone who values it deeply. Say, I nourish my body with wholesome food. I move my body regularly. I give myself adequate rest. I manage stress in healthy ways. This kind of self-talk encourages choices that strengthen rather than drain your vitality. And with greater vitality comes greater capacity to pursue your goals and live out your values. Now, strengthen your relationships. For these 21 days, use your self-talk to nurture meaningful connections. Say, I am present with the people in my life. I listen with attention. I speak with kindness. I show appreciation. Remember, the quality of your life is largely shaped by the quality of your relationships. And the quality of those relationships depends on how you show up in them. So talk to yourself like someone who values connection. I make time for the people who matter. I approach relationships with generosity, not scorekeeping. I communicate openly and honestly. I take responsibility for my part in conflicts. This self-talk helps you become more intentional in your interactions, more present in conversations, and more committed to nurturing the bonds that matter most. During these 21 days, also use your self-talk to manage emotions effectively. Say, I acknowledge my feelings without being controlled by them. I respond rather than react. I choose my emotional state. Emotional intelligence is one of the strongest predictors of success, and it begins with awareness and responsibility for your emotions. So remind yourself daily, I notice what I'm feeling. I understand why I'm feeling this way. I choose how to express my emotions. I regulate my responses. With this kind of self-talk, you gain power over your emotional life. Instead of being tossed around by every passing feeling, you become the navigator of your inner experience. Finally, commit to developing a growth mindset. For these 21 days, frame your self-talk to expand your capacity, not limit it. To develop a growth mindset, speak to yourself with words that expand your potential. Say, I can develop any skill with practice. My abilities are not fixed, they can be cultivated. Challenges help me grow. People with a fixed mindset believe their qualities are carved in stone, a set level of intelligence, personality, or character that cannot be changed. But those with a growth mindset know that abilities can be developed through effort. They believe true potential is unknown, and that with years of passion, dedication, and training, remarkable achievements become possible. So for 21 days, talk to yourself like someone with a growth mindset. I embrace challenges. I persist through obstacles. I see effort as the path to mastery. I learn from criticism. I find lessons and inspiration in the success of others. This kind of self-talk reshapes how you approach learning, how you respond to setbacks, and how you view your potential. Next, create momentum through small wins. For these 21 days, remind yourself daily, I focus on progress, not perfection. I celebrate small victories. I build momentum through consistent action. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in a day and underestimate what they can accomplish in a year. They set huge daily goals, fall short, get discouraged, and give up, missing out on the incredible progress steady effort can bring. Instead, talk to yourself like someone who understands the power of small wins. I take one step at a time. I break big goals into manageable actions. I recognize that consistent efforts compound over time. I celebrate progress along the way. This kind of self-talk keeps you motivated for the long haul. Instead of being discouraged by how far you have to go, you stay encouraged by how far you've already come. Finally, embrace uncertainty. For these 21 days, use your self-talk to find strength in the unknown. Say, I am comfortable with not. You don't need to have all the answers. Instead, remind yourself, I am willing to experiment and learn. I trust my ability to adapt. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to navigate uncertainty is crucial. Yet many let fear of the unknown keep them trapped in familiar but unfulfilling circumstances. For these 21 days, talk to yourself like someone who embraces uncertainty instead of fearing it. I step into the unknown with courage. I am willing to try new approaches. I adapt to changing circumstances. I find opportunities in times of transition. This kind of self-talk builds resilience and flexibility, qualities that are more valuable than ever in our fast-paced world. Next, nurture your spirit. During these 21 days, use your self-talk to strengthen the part of you that seeks meaning beyond material success. Say, I take time for reflection. I connect with something larger than myself. I find meaning in both joy and suffering. True success isn't just about external achievements. It's about inner fulfillment. It's about living in alignment with your deepest values and connecting to something greater. So for 21 days, remind yourself, I make time for stillness. I practice gratitude. I seek wisdom rather than just information. I find awe in the everyday. This kind of self-talk gives you perspective, helps you discover meaning in challenges, and creates a sense of connection that steadies you through life's ups and downs. Finally, orient yourself towards service. Say, I look for ways to contribute. My talents and resources can benefit others. I find fulfillment in making a positive difference. One of the surest paths to meaning is to focus less on yourself and more on how you can serve others. As the saying goes, if you want to lift yourself up, lift someone else up. So for 21 days, affirm, I use my strengths to help others. I look for opportunities to add value. I measure success not just by what I achieve, but by what I contribute. This shift in self-talk moves your focus from what you can get to what you can give, and paradoxically, it leads to deeper personal satisfaction and success. Be patient with the process. Throughout these 21 days, use your self-talk to remind yourself that meaningful change takes time. Say, meaningful change takes time. I am patient with my progress. I trust the process. We live in a culture of instant gratification where everyone wants results yesterday. But lasting change, whether building a business, developing a skill, improving a relationship, or transforming your health, always takes time. So for 21 days, talk to yourself like someone who accepts this truth. I am in this for the long haul. I am willing to delay gratification for greater rewards later. I measure progress in weeks, months, and years, not just days. This kind of self-talk helps you stay committed when results don't come quickly. It strengthens your resolve when progress feels slow. And it keeps your decisions focused on long-term rewards instead of short-term comfort. Now let's talk about the compound effect of 21 days. What can you expect if you practice self-talk like this for 3 weeks? I can't promise your entire life will transform in that short time, but I can promise you'll notice shifts, subtle at first, in your mindset, emotions, behaviors, and ultimately, your results. Change often happens gradually, then suddenly. It's like compound interest. At first, the growth is barely noticeable, but over time the gains build on each other, until one day you look around and realize everything is different. And it all begins with how you talk to yourself for 21 days. Be mindful of your inner dialogue. Catch yourself when you slip into negative, limiting self-talk, and replace it with words that are positive and empowering. It won't always be easy. Some thought patterns may have been with you for years, even decades. They won't disappear overnight. You'll still face moments of doubt, fear, and negativity. But here's the key. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Catch yourself a little faster each time. Hold on to empowering self-talk a little longer each day. After 21 days, you'll begin to create a new normal in your internal dialogue. Positive, empowering thoughts will start to feel natural, while the old negative patterns will slowly lose their grip. Of course, the real transformation happens when you continue beyond the 21 days, when self-talk becomes not just a temporary experiment, but a lifelong practice. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 21 days, commit to being conscious of how you talk to yourself. Monitor your inner dialogue. Catch the negative, limiting thoughts, and replace them with empowering ones. Replace negative patterns with positive, empowering self-talk. Write down the specific phrases and affirmations that resonate with you from today's message. Keep them on note cards, in your phone, or on your mirror, anywhere you'll see them often. Set reminders throughout the day to pause and ask, how am I talking to myself right now? Is this self-talk serving me or limiting me? Share your commitment with someone who will support you and hold you accountable. Say, for the next 21 days, I'm working on how I talk to myself. Can I check in with you to share my progress? At the end of each day, reflect on your self-talk. Write down what you noticed, the challenges you faced, and the improvements you observed. Remember, this is not about perfection, it's about progress. You won't completely transform your self-talk in 21 days, but you will make important strides. You'll begin creating new neural pathways. You'll start reshaping the habitual ways you think about yourself, your abilities, and your circumstances. And that, my friends, is the true beginning of transformation. Conclusion. The way you talk to yourself matters more than most people realize. It shapes your perceptions, your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your life. For 21 days, speak to yourself with gratitude and possibility. Affirm your worth. Embrace responsibility. Challenge your limits. Set clear intentions. Choose discipline over regret. Focus on solutions, not problems. Practice patience and persistence. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Cultivate compassion. Align your self-talk with your values. Align your self-talk with your values. Envision your future self. Practice mindfulness. Express confidence in your abilities. Commit to continuous growth. Live with intention and purpose. Transform your relationship with money. Nurture your physical health. Strengthen your relationships. Manage your emotions. Develop a growth mindset. Create momentum through small wins. Embrace uncertainty. Nurture your spirit. Serve others. Be patient with the process. Do this for 21 days, and you will begin to change your life from the inside out. I believe each of us has far more potential than we realize. Most people live far below their true capabilities, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they limit themselves through their own thinking. But you don't have to be most people. Starting today, you can choose to talk to yourself in ways that expand your possibilities instead of shrinking them. You can decide to make your inner dialogue a tool for growth rather than a weapon of self-sabotage. The choice is yours, and it begins with how you talk to yourself for the next 21 days. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I wish you health, happiness, and success. And remember to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Daily.